Let's talk about AI. I bet you're getting sick of hearing that phrase, that word, those two letters, AI, because I know that I am definitely getting sick of it. But this is a serious video. I want to talk about some of my favorite AI features that you find in the editing software Final Cut Pro. I know, another popular phrase, Final Cut Pro. But again, seriously, I want to talk through some of my favorite AI features that I'm using every single day in my editing software that are making my workflow and my life so much easier. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the first AI feature that is in Final Cut Pro that I think is so good. I'm not sure how long it's been out for. I kind of discovered it a couple months ago and I've been using it ever since. It is called machine learning. And what that means is essentially if you have a 25 frame clip and you chuck it on your 25 frame timeline, and for some reason you're like, you know what, I actually want to slow this clip down. I need a bit of room at the end of the clip. I need to make it a little bit longer. Or you know what, I feel like this moment just needs to be a bit slower. And what seasoned editors out there will know is if you slow down a 25 frame clip on a 25 frame timeline, it's going to be choppy. It's not going to work because you literally don't have enough frames to be able to do this. However, with machine learning, once you activate it on the clip that you have slowed down, it creates the frames in between those frames. So no longer is the playback choppy and your clip looks terrible. It looks super clean and smooth. And I think that is such a cool feature that Final Cut has implemented. I'm sure there's other editors that are doing it now as well, but I think that is game changing for us editors when we are on our timeline trying to bring together the right pieces of footage and we just find one and it's like, oh, I just wish that was a little bit longer. Or I just wish that was a little bit slower. Now you can actually implement this with this feature and I think it is so good. And the next AI feature that I use a lot in Final Cut is called Crumple Pop Audio Denoise. Essentially, this is like a third-party software that you can install into Final Cut. I use this installer called FX Factory. Anyway, not important. Essentially what this does is it's in the name. If you have any audio that you've recorded, like this one right here, or out somewhere else where you've got a noisy environment, and in the past that was kind of unusable. You could do certain things to make the background noise not obvious, but it was always there, and that was always a bit of a buzzkill. These days, AI can actually remove some of that background noise, and it actually does a really good job. I've been using this AI denoiser for months now, years now. I think I've been using it for maybe like 3 or 4 years. That's how long it's been a thing. And Final Cut's actually gotten really good where there is a voice isolation built into Final Cut that I think pretty much does a better job these days. At first it kind of wasn't, on par, but these days I think it's actually just as good. And the last AI feature that I want to show you today is auto masking. Now, if you haven't seen this before in Final Cut, you need to get on this because again, it is game changing. It's so cool to be able to separate an object so easily from an image with auto masking. All you need to do is activate it on the clip, click a few times on what you want masked out, and then track it, and then automatically Final Cut will make those masking changes and track them all the way along your clips. And that is just amazing. What would have been an incredibly hard job in the past to individually go through every single frame and track out people and rotoscope and do all that kind of stuff, no longer. It just happens like this. And you just watch it go along and cut the person out of your frame. And this has so many different capabilities. I simply use it to just put text behind myself, but you can use it for color grading, for like complex green screen stuff. There's so many different ways that you can use masking within your videos, and it is so good that it is just an AI feature now. I think it just makes our lives so much easier. Like I said at the start, AI is a bit of a complicated phrase at the moment. There's a lot of talk about what it can do, what it's doing, and how we continue to implement that within our lives. And I think it's an important conversation for us creators to think about. How do we implement this new technology within our creative process? Because the truth of the matter is, It's not going away. It's going to stay. And so I think there's ways that we can take the things that it does really well and implement them into our process. Not that it's completely taking over it. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there's things that it does that are actually better than what we can do, that make our lives so much easier. And if we can utilize those things and utilize the ways it does those things, so we have more time to be developing the story, to thinking about our shots, to making our videos look clean and beautiful, rather than stressing over those minute details that take hours to complete. If AI can do all of that for us, it actually frees us up to create more. And that's what I love about AI, is that it has the potential to allow us to create more. We just have to figure out how we want to implement it and use it within our creative process. And we also need to be careful and make sure that it doesn't interfere too much with the creative side. Leave the creative parts up to the humans. The AI can do all of the data and all the crappy little jobs. We'll keep making the stories and the videos. Anyway, that's just my take. I hope you learned something in this video, that you discovered some new tools that you can implement into your creative process. And yeah, I'll see you all next Sunday.